Alexander Arrington here. I just wanted to make a quick video, not for any particular reason other than the fact that I got a selfie stick. Anyway, I hate to say that, and hopefully no people are out there watching this video, because if people were to know that I have a selfie stick, they might think less of me, because that's usually a girl thing. But anyway, it'll help me hold the video up there, and just I don't know, it's kind of cool just going. Anyway, that's ridiculous. Okay, anyway, one of the things I want to talk about just a little bit is the importance of getting out of debt, getting out of the credit card scams, or thinking that credit cards are going to help your life. One of the first things you have to really think about is just look at all your credit cards. Look at all the interest you're paying. And I know, like, a lot of times people think, well, 9.9 is a pretty good rate. So they think, well, yeah, I have $5,000 on this credit card, but it's only costing me $10 a week. Well, that's $440 a year if my math is anywhere close. But regardless, it's $440 a year, let's say. Now, let's say you have another credit card and it's $25, a month to have a balance on there. Well, that's going to kick you up another, whatever the math is on that. But it adds up. And generally, Americans are paying about $1,200 to $1,800 for interest per year. So if you think about that, you think of the bonuses you get at work and different things, you're basically just throwing those bonuses away. Or depending on the amount of money you make per year, you're throwing either a whole month, like whenever you start in January, it's January to February, you're basically not making any money other than the money that you spend to pay for the interest on the credit cards. Another problem, like if you do have credit cards, I want to encourage people to really get out of there. If you listen to Dave Ramsey, he's really good about things. Clark Howard, he has some stuff on his radio show and stuff, but he doesn't really advocate getting away from credit cards. He just basically says, pay them off and all that. But generally, as weak as we are as people, and as fun as it is to spend money, generally that doesn't always happen. So it's very important to just get credit card out of your life and start paying for things. And one of the big issues people have is they say, well, I deserve it. People go out to a restaurant and they say, well, I deserve this, I deserve this. But the fact of the matter is, you don't deserve things that you did not pay for. So you can't just say, well, I'm a good person, so I deserve to have good things. Or, I deserve a new car because I work hard and, I'm a good person. Well, I'm a good person and I work hard, but hey, if I can't afford it, I can't afford it. So it's important for you as an individual to realize that you don't deserve anything like that. Stop telling yourself that. That's just a lie that the credit card companies use to get you to spend more money. And generally, by using credit cards, you spend 10 to 20% more, if not more, just because you feel more comfortable with credit cards. Whenever you spend money, you have more of an emotional feeling, emotional attachment. You don't want to let that go. So it's a lot more important. You'll spend a lot less money if you actually spend actual money. So the dangers in credit cards, one of the other things is I see a lot of people do is they are constantly rotating debt. It's like, well, here, I'm going to get this for zero interest. And they're constantly having this relationship with the credit card companies, which is really bad, because then what you're doing is you're keeping a relationship with these people, you're spending more money, and just year after year, think of how many years you thought, well, maybe I'm going to try this. Just look at your own life and think, well, how many times have I said, well, I'm going to do a 0% interest, and you do that. Did you get out of credit card debt? Well, that was 3 years ago, and you've just kept rotating your debt. So it's important to stop playing that game. Stop playing games with the credit card. If you play with snakes, guess what? You're going to get bit. And that's what's happening with your credit card bills. You're trying to outsmart these banks. And Chase Bank, you look at Chase Bank, they've been around for 200 years. It's 200 years Chase Bank has been around. Citibank has been around 150 years. And let's say you're 25 years old, let's say you're 30 years old, you have no experience to go up against somebody, an organization that has been doing this and taking money out of people's pocket for 150 years. You're just not qualified, unfortunately. So stay away from the credit card companies, stay away from the whole debt game. Stop trying to rotate your debt. to build wealth. You know, sometimes people try and do that. It's like, well, I'll just get in debt and I'll just build my wealth, and hopefully my wealth will, you know, my investments will pay off and they'll overshadow my debt. But one of the worst things you can do to build wealth, you're not going to build wealth at 18%. So it's really important that you get out of the credit card game, get the bank, even in a equity line of credit. If you have a $25,000 house, what they'll do is you can pay the interest for 5 years, the interest only, and that's about $100 a month. So over 5 years, you know, you would have easily paid like $6,000 on a $25,000 house. Then you do a 15-year loan on that same house and you're paying $80. I mean, you end up paying twice as much for that equity line of credit, you know, over $50,000 or whatever my math is. I don't have a calculator on me and this video is about to run out of time. But even on a $25,000 house, you're going to get your butt kicked with this, because you're going to think, oh, well, it's only $80 a month. But it adds up over time, and that's how the banks are making money. So get out of credit card debt. If you have any advice or anything that you want to put in the comments, if you want to make fun of my hair, that's perfectly fine, because it looks like my wig needs a cut or something. You can make fun of my hair, or you can just put a comment. How do you save money? What's one of the things that you do to save money? If you have any advice that could help people who are reading the comments, because my video is so boring, they're like, oh, let me read the comments. You know, whatever it is, just leave a comment in the section below, and make sure not to subscribe to my videos, because I'm so tired of people saying, subscribe to my video, please. You know, don't subscribe to my video. Just, anyway, read the comments, and if you have any advice, leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.